Okay, good morning, students.
Good morning, sir.
Today we will continue the topic of transcription, right? And this topic of transcription is a very, very important topic as far as our exams are concerned. Okay, so before I start my PowerPoint presentation, okay, against the topic on transcription, let us see what we have learned so far, right? We have first learned about the application of DNA, the machinery, and the enzymes, right? Then we have learned about central dogma, which is a very, very important part of molecular biology. Then replication followed by transcription using. Okay. Now, in this diagram, okay, there is a diagram, right? And now, what is this diagram depicting about? Very good. It is the diagram that depicts about the central dogma of molecular biology, right? And who was the first family who gave this? Very good. So Francis Crick gave the central dogma of molecular biology. Molecular biology. Okay, there is some alphabets written on the DNA. What is chemistry? What is this? A.
Replication.
Very good. It is replication of DNA. Very good. Then from DNA, some process occurs, and that is information is copied on mRNA. Ayush, what is that B here? Transcription. Very good. It is transcription. It is transcription. And from mRNA to protein, what happens last year? What is happening here?
Translation.
Translation. That means it is the process of replication, the process of transcription, and the process of translation occurs in the case of that is general dogma of the molecular biology. लेकिन अब जानते हैं कि कुछ वायरस में क्या होता है? The process is reverse. The process is reverse. That is in case of what happens here from DNA to normally mRNA होगा है. Okay, but in some viruses, the process will be reversed. Right? The process will be reversed. What could be the name suggested? Shamali, what is the name suggested to this kind? Where you are having mRNA and you create DNA from that. What is this process called? Yes?
Reverse method.
Very good. Reverse process. Reverse transcription. What is this called? Reverse transcription. Because the RNA will be used to synthesize DNA. And that happens in some kind of viruses. Real viruses. Very good. So, next from RNA, mRNA to protein, we have translation. We have translation. So, therefore, let us see next chart. Okay. Right. Now, here also there is one diagram. What is this diagram? Srijana, what does the diagram depict about? Very good. It is a transcription unit. Okay. Normally, if you look at the gene, the entire gene has got many transcription units. But one transcription unit, how many components? How many components will be there? Three components will be there. What are the components? Tell me, let me know from you. What are the three components? Promoter gene, next is structural gene, and the terminator. So we know about that. And then also the two different strands which are going to be present on the transcription unit. What are the two strands name? Shamali. First one is template strand, other one is a coding strand. Okay, so we also learned about this. Right. Now, we know that in case of what we call DNA, you know about a gene. Okay, so how can you define a gene? Lasya, what is a gene? For you?
A gene is a unit of inheritance.
Very good. A gene is a unit of inheritance. Okay, or otherwise we can say, what is a gene? A gene is a segment of DNA. Very good. A gene is a segment of DNA. हम इसको ऐसा भी बोल सकते हैं. A gene is a segment of DNA. A segment of DNA coding for a polypeptide. A segment of DNA coding for a polypeptide. So you have a chromosome here and you get the DNA. And this part is a gene. All these are genes. But we are concentrating on this gene. Okay, so here we talk about. So this gene is going to be getting coded for protein. मतलब यहाँ पे जो जीन है ये ट्रांसलेट हो जाएगा, ये जीन जो है ट्रांसलेट हो जाएगा और ये ट्रांसफर होकर क्या करेगा प्रोटीन को करे. So we can say gene is a segment of DNA or a unit of inheritance. It is a unit of inheritance. Okay, it is a unit of inheritance and what? It is a segment of what? DNA, right? It is difficult to define a gene in terms of base sequence. Okay, we cannot define gene. It may start with A, it may start with T, it may start with G or C, whatever it may be. So it is difficult to define a G in terms of base sequence, right? A small segment of DNA that codes for a polypeptide is called cistron. So we want to concentrate on this. So a cistron in the sense which will be having both exons and introns. You will be having both exons and introns. Okay. Normally in case of prokaryotes, the structural gene will be polycistronic. क्या बोला देखिए? The gene will be polycistronic. Structural gene polycistronic होती है. What does it mean? It means that it codes for more than one polypeptide. It codes for more than one polypeptide. So in prokaryotes, the structural gene is polycistronic and it codes for more than one polypeptide. Whereas in case of eukaryotic cell, our structural gene is monocistronic and it will code only for one polypeptide. So one polypeptide को क्या करेगा ये? कोड करेगा. लेकिन और प्रोकैरियोट्स में बैक्टीरिया में क्या करेगा? मोर देन वन पॉलीपेप्टाइड को कोड करेगा. देन उसको हम क्या बोलेंगे चिल्ड्रन? हम बोलेंगे उसको पॉलीसिस्टोनिक यूनिट. पॉलीसिस्टोनिक यूनिट. Okay, so what is the major differences between the cistron and exon? Okay, if you look at the cistron may contain both exons and introns. Okay, segment है वो DNA का, लेकिन वो पॉलीपेप्टाइड को कोड कर रहा है. At the same time उसमें introns और exons हैं. लेकिन अगर हम एक्सॉन की बात करेंगे तो एक्सॉन वो सीक्वेंसेस हैं जो क्या करेगा? वो ओनली एक्सप्रेस सीक्वेंसेस है. ये एक्सप्रेस सीक्वेंसेस. ओके, एक्सप्रेस डीएनए सीक्वेंसेस, जैसे एक्सप्रेस डीएनए सीक्वेंसेस जो एक्सप्रेस कर रहे हैं. और इंट्रॉन्स क्या है? इंट्रॉन्स वो हैं जो कि नॉन एक्सप्रेस करते हैं, यानी कि ये डोंट गेट एक्सप्रेस सीक्वेंसेस. नॉन एक्सप्रेसिव सीक्वेंसेस को हम क्या बोलेंगे सर? हम बोलेंगे उसको इंट्रॉन्स बोलेंगे. जो सिस्टम में दोनों हो गए, लेकिन एक्सॉन्स में आपको क्या मिलेगा? सिर्फ एक्सप्रेस डीएनए सीक्वेंस मिलेगा, क्योंकि दैट इज अ वेरी सो देयरफॉर द मैच्योर आरएनए जो प्रोसेस आरएनए होगा ड्यूरिंग मतलब जो ट्रांसक्रिप्शन में, ओके, व्हिच विल बी इन द न्यूक्लियस ऑफ अ सेल, और फिर वहां से फिर वो साइटोप्लाज्म में आएगा तो इतने घंटे ओनली द एक्सॉन्स, इंट्रॉन्स नहीं होगा. So that is what is called processing, that we will come about that. Okay. So here that is what they come in. Okay. I will not the next one. Now, how is the process of transcription other in prokaryotes? In prokaryotes, there is a one single DNA dependent RNA polymerase. Okay. There is only one enzyme, DNA dependent RNA polymerase, that will transcribe all the three different types of RNAs. That means tRNAs, mRNA and messenger RNA, rRNA. तीनों को एक ही बार को रखती है. ओके, लेकिन अब वहां में इसके साथ में we need some factors, right? We need some factors also. Okay, so we have a RNA polymerase. We need some factors. Okay, and also definitely we need some what we call important transcription unit, namely moles. Yes, promoter which I आपको टर्मिनेटर की जरूरत नहीं, क्योंकि टर्मिनेटर तो वैसा भी होगा, क्योंकि हमको चाहिए प्रमोटर. We need promoter. So therefore, the entire steps of transcription in bacteria or prokaryotes occurs in three steps. What are they? The first step is initiation, the second step is elongation, and the third one is termination. So initiation means what? What is initiation? In initiation, RNA polymerase actually should bind with the promoter region of the transcription domain. लेकिन आप यहाँ पे कैसे बाइंड करते हैं? It binds only with factor called as what? Sigma factor, or simply it is called as initiation factor. So the initiation factor will bind with the RNA polymerase, and that will allow the RNA polymerase to bind with the promoter region. वो promoter region से bind करेगी. What is a promoter region? A promoter region is a transcription unit, is a DNA sequence where RNA polymerase binds to the promoter like state. Right? It is a region where RNA polymerase binds to it and initiate transcription. And initiate transcription, वो कैसे करेगी? यहाँ पे उसको कर देंगे सिग्मा फैक्टर, यानी कि इनिशिएटर फैक्टर चाहिए. तो वो फैक्टर है सिग्मा फैक्टर. तो सिग्मा फैक्टर के प्रेजेंस में आपका जो RNA polymerase वो एक्टिव हो जाएगा, बोल सकते हैं, स्टिमुलेट हो जाएगा, and then you will try to the promoter region of the transcription unit and we will start what it was transcribing. लेकिन हम यहाँ पे ट्रांसक्राइब करने के लिए उसको एक सबस्ट्रेट की जरूरत है और what is that substrate? It is ribonucleoside glyphosate. Continuous को ribonucleoside triphosphate चाहिए. Okay, and this will be acting like what? These are the substrate. और हमारी जो RNA मॉलिक्यूल्स है वो कौन से दिशा से करेंगे 5 प्राइम to 3 प्राइम को बनना शुरू करेगी polymerize करना शुरू करेगी. So this will be acting as a substrate and it will be polymerized now 5 prime to 5 prime to 3 prime 5 prime to 3 prime with the choosing that strand the convex strand and the process will continue. Now as soon as the initiation is going on the sigma factor comes out. Okay, RNA polymerase loses the sigma factor, but the RNA, that is the RNA polymerase still continues to transcribe. वो करते रहेगी. Okay, उसको कोई नहीं रोकेगा. एक बार वो शुरू हो गई, वो क्या करेगी? करना शुरू करेगी. The sigma factor will come out in elongation, but the RNA polymerase still transcribes, so still polymerizes, still transcribes the DNA transcription unit को ट्रांसफर करती रहेगी वो. ओके, और इसको हम बोलेंगे नेसेंट आरएनए, यानी कि डीएनए का जो 5 प्राइम से 3 प्राइम का जो टेम्पलेट स्ट्रैंड का इंफॉर्मेशन अब आरएनए में आ रहा है. किसमें आ रहा है? आरएनए में आ रहा है. And then when it reaches the last part, that is the terminator region. When it reaches the terminator region, so what happens? There is a terminator factor called Rho. So this Rho will terminate the process of transcription. This Rho will whatever Rho will do, the Rho factor will terminate the process of transcription. The process will complete and the nascent RNA will come out. So therefore, in prokaryotic cell, this RNA does not require processing because there are no introns and there are no exons. इसके लिए कोई processing की जरूरत नहीं है. And moreover, this process of transcription is occurring in where? It is occurring in cytosol. It is occurring in cytosol. Because in prokaryotic cells or bacterial cells, there is no clear demarcation between the nucleoplasm and the cytoplasm. The neighborhood occurs in cytosol. Okay, that is the only one compartment. And कभी-कभी आपका जो ट्रांसलेशन है वो ट्रांसक्रिप्शन से पहले भी होता है, वो भी शुरू हो जाएगा. Okay, and therefore we say both the transcription and translation are parallel. Yes, this is very, very important. Okay, so therefore we have initiation and the elongation and the termination. Following more steps in the case of right. So this is another diagram to show the same process of transcription in bacteria or in case of a prokaryotic cell. Okay, so we need some factors. The factors are initiator factor and terminator factor. We need initiator factor and terminator factor, and also we need RNA polymerase, and moreover we need promoter of the transcription unit. Right? Then I have the next slide. Okay, so हमारे में करेंगे the process of RNA जो है वो क्या बोला देखिए RNA polymerase catalyzes only the process of elongation. Okay, initiates कर रही है लेकिन बाकी का elongation कर रही है क्योंकि sigma factor वहां से निकल जा रहा है. It's coming now, but RNA hasn't stopped. That's what I'm telling you. Sigma factor, after the losing sigma factor, RNA did not stop. Like for example, there's a teacher in the class and you study. And that means when there's no teacher, you make noise and you don't study. So you study in absence of a teacher. That is a point with this. That means even in the absence of sigma factor, the RNA will be transcribing करना शुरू करेगी. वो नहीं रुकेगा. वो नहीं रुकेगी. So in associate transcending with initiation factor and terminator factor to initiate and terminate the transcription respectively. In prokaryotes, mRNA does not require processing. This is assertion. Is this true or false? It is absolutely true. So without asking, both transcription and translation are in the same compartment. What is the compartment called? That is important thing. Okay. So here, look at the gene here. This gene is called split gene. Why? Because it has got both introns and exons. Okay. Usually we say it is a cistron. This is a cistron having both the introns and exons. Okay. So that will be taking place in case of eukaryotic cell. Okay. Now, this is another diagram to show that in case of a what you call your eukaryotic cell, in addition to what you call the process of initiation, then about what you call elongation and termination, there are very important complicated steps which are very important. Okay, these steps are called splicing, and this includes both capping and airing. Right, one minute. However, in case of eukaryotic cell, there are three different DNA dependent RNA polymerases that will transcribe three different types of RNAs. Right? One of those three. RNA. Okay, DNA dependent RNA polymerase 1, then DNA dependent RNA polymerase 2, and third one, DNA dependent RNA polymerase 3. In addition to RNA polymerase that is found in the cell organs. Okay, so these three are present indicating that the process of transcription in eukaryote is complicated. Can I use this word? Can I use this word or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is complicated because you can find them in case of prokaryotic cell. आपको यूकैरियोटिक सेल में ये तीन तरह के आरएनए पॉलीमरेज मिल रहा है, इसका मतलब यहाँ पे बड़ा प्रोसेस कॉम्प्लिकेट हो रहा है, क्योंकि यूकैरियोट पे there is a special compartment, two different compartments are there is a nucleoplasm, there is a cytoplasm, so you have a separate compartments there, right? So there are three different types of RNA polymerase that will catalyze RNA or what you call transcription के लिए, in addition to RNA polymerase that is present in the cell organ. Okay, so what is the special about this? In case of eukaryotic cell, the cystone has both exons and introns. क्या होगा यहाँ पे? Exons भी होंगे और introns होंगे. इसको हम बोलेंगे split genes. Split genes. So in case of eukaryotic cell, the gene is split. जीन अलग अलग है, क्यों है? बिकॉज उसमें कुछ एक्सॉन्स है, उसमें कुछ इंट्रॉन्स है. क्या है वो एक्सॉन? वी नो एक्सॉन्स आर एक्सप्रेस वेरी गुड एंड इंट्रॉन्स आर that means RNA which gets processed in case of eukaryotic, it needs to be processed. It needs to be processed to become active, which was done in case of prokaryotic cell. ओके, वहां पे तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं था, लेकिन यहाँ पे बड़ा सा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड पार्ट है, तो वो पार्ट आपको यहाँ पे देखने को मिलता है. ओके, तो यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है हमारा इन केस ऑफ व्हाट यू कॉल दिस पार्ट, इन केस ऑफ यूकैरियोटिक सेल, हमारा जो इनिशिएशन, इलॉन्गेशन, टर्मिनेशन के अलावा यू हैव अ स्पेशल व्हाट यू कॉल प्रोसेस कॉल्ड स्प्लाइसिंग. व्हाट इज दिस कॉल्ड? Splicing. So splicing has both capping and dating. Right? For two important things. Okay, so what is happening in capping? In capping, apart from that, first of all, let us understand this, what you call RNA called hnRNA. And this hnRNA is called heterogeneous nuclear RNA. Yeah, heterogeneous. Why it is called heterogeneous nuclear RNA? Because it consists of split genes. Yeah, what are those split genes? So यहाँ पे देखिए आपको कुछ जगह पे आपको एक्सॉन्स दिख रहे हैं, कुछ इंट्रॉन्स दिख रहे हैं. सो ये ब्राउन कलर का जो है आपका इंट्रॉन है, येलो पार्ट आपका एक्सॉन्स है. तो हमारा जो प्रोसेस एमआरएनए होगा, एक्टिव होके जब निकलेगा, उसके अंदर ओनली एक्सॉन्स होंगे, इंट्रॉन्स नहीं होंगे. इंट्रॉन्स नहीं होंगे. तो कैसे निकलेगा? How do we take it out? So first of all, there will be a capping. That is a very unusual nucleotide called methyl guanosyl triphosphate will be added to 5 prime end of the RNA. See, अगर कोई भी DNA और RNA it will have its ends. यानी 5 prime end and 3 prime end तो रहेगा ही उसका. ओके, और जो फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने बोला कि जब ट्रांसक्रिप्शन में डीएनए का इंफॉर्मेशन आरएनए में कॉपी हो रहा है, तो यहाँ पे आरएनए में कॉम्प्लीमेंटारिटी का रूल होगा, यानी कि adenine of what you call DNA will be now pairing with dash. इसे RNA में किसके साथ मेल करेगा? And what about guanine? Cytosine. There's no change in them. Only आपका A, that is adenine, now pair up with the what you call uracil. Uracil के साथ pair up करेगा. That is there is a rule of complementarity. There is a rule of complementarity in that case also. Okay, in that case. 1 minute. Fast I go on. कितना होगा
20.
20.
Pause me. Edit kar.
21. Now, in case of eukaryotic cell, the process of transcription is complicated, right? It is because we have a split genes. The split genes comprises of both exons and introns. That means our mature RNA, which is actually becoming active, it needs to be processed, right? Since it has got both exons and introns, which exons are express DNA sequences, whereas introns are non-expressible coding sequences, right? They don't get expressed. So therefore, RNA should contain only those sequences which are to be expressed. That is called only exons. No introns will be there. Now, how to remove these introns? So therefore, there's a process called splicing. Splicing comprises of capping and tailing. In capping, what happens? There is an unusual nucleotide called methyl guanosine diphosphate that will be added to 5' end of this. 5' end, right? And in case of tailing, what happens? Polyadenylate residues. Polyadenylate residues will be added to the introns that will form a poly-N-A. और वो ऐड होगा 3' end के पास में, right? 3' end के पास में. So what will happen? What is this polyethyl will do? The polyethyl will attaches itself to the there is introns, and they will be removing those introns, right? So they will remove, or that is actually before they remove, they are now called spliceosomes because they are removing them. They are removing them. So therefore, if you look at the mature mRNA here, the mature RNA now it is processed. It is processed. That means it contains only your exons, but there are no introns in that. Okay? So that is the difference in the case of, okay, the difference in case of, in case of what? Eukaryotic cell. That is between the prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Right? Let us see this one. Okay. Recapitulation part देखते हैं हम लोग. Okay. Recapitulation is done for what? For mainly to understand the concept. How far we have understood. Okay. Srishita.
Yes, sir.
Wait, first one.
In transcription unit, identify the first site, signaling factor, the learner enzyme responsible for carrying out the process.
Yes, I think it is understood clearly. Ah.
Yes. There are 4 options. The first option is answer for the first one is promoter site. Second one is factor, sigma factor. The third one is RNA polymerase. Option is
No, you read all the options. First we have promoter site, growth factor, RNA polymerase. Then second one,
promoter site, sigma factor, RNA polymerase.
very good,
Promoter site, sigma factor, RNA polymerase.
very nice.
Promoter site, sigma factor, DNA polymerase.
So what could be the option for this question? Correct option?
C.
Which one?
C.
What is that?
Promoter site, sigma factor, RNA polymerase.
Very good. So RNA polymerase, the factors, that is the sigma factor, and what do we need? We need promoter. That is my already know. Promoter चाहिए. Okay? Okay, so promoter site is there in all the three things, but only in B we have terminator. So you should understand the terminator is in the last part, right? And moreover, it will terminate the process of transcription. But here we want to identify the unit which is actually starting the process of transcription. So हमारे पास चाहिए promoter site होना चाहिए. Then we need a sigma factor and RNA polymerase. So the bonding between these two is very important. Why? Because sigma factor will bind with RNA polymerase, and then only it will bind with the promoter region of the DNA strand, that is 5' end, to initiate the process of transcription. I think it's understood properly. Tell me. So assertion reason I thought again.
Assertion DNA has 2 chains having anti-parallel polarity.
So is this correct the statement?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next. What is the reason for that?
In one chain of DNA, at one end has a free phosphate moiety 5' end of ribose sugar, and at other end the ribose has a free 3' OH group.
So that is the reason for that. So assertion है DNA has two chains having anti-parallel polarity, and reason is one chain of DNA at one end has a free phosphate moiety, 5' end, and ribose sugar, and other end is ribose has a 3' OH group. So what is the answer? Shamli, A, B, C, D. Which option should be correct here? Among assertion and reasoning, think about it. B. That means what is B? Okay, that is your answer. What is your answer?
Sir, B.
B. What is your answer?
Sir, A.
A is correct. क्यों? क्या reason? बैठो. What is A? A क्यों correct है?
Sir, because anti-parallel polarity means at one end it should be 5'
Yes.
phosphate moiety.
Very good.
Other end it should be like 3' OH group. So
Group.
there will be anti-parallel
That is
polarity.
so 5' end and 3' OH group. Okay. Another one is will be
Other one-
3' OH and 5'. मतलब दोनों का एक ही होना चाहिए ना. यानी कि दोनों की तरफ एंटी पैरेलल पोलैरिटी. एंटी पैरेलल का मतलब ही यही है. क्या है? Which one is that? That is in one chain of the DNA, one end has a 3 phosphate moiety at 5' end of the ribose sugar, and other end of the ribose sugar has a 3' OH group. That reason means the explanation for DNA having anti-parallel polarity. So option is A. Both assertion and reason are true, are correct, and reason is the correct explanation of assertion. Very good. Next one. Last year. What is the third one, madam?
Assertion. A replication on one strand of DNA is continuous and on other it is discontinuous.
Yes. So,
Reason.
yeah. What is the basic knowledge for this thing? Okay. What should be there in mind when you talk about this continuous and this? Ayush, क्या कौन सा reference में है ये?
Sir, application form.
Very good. Exactly correct. Yes, it is absolutely correct. Replication form हमें याद होना चाहिए. तो क्या ये statement कैसा है?
True, sir.
मतलब क्या? Correct है कि क्या?
Correct.
ये correct है. Replication of one strand of DNA is continuous and other is discontinuous. What about reason?
Reason. The DNA polymerizes nucleotides in 3' end to 5' direction.
Okay. So what about this statement now? Reason का statement कैसा है? The DNA polymerizes nucleotides in 3' to 5' direction. What do you say? What do you say about this? Tanushree, what is your view? What is your opinion in this statement? She says this is correct. Right. What about reason?
Sir, it's
It is correct. For you, it is correct. Okay. What else? Any opinion? Ayush?
Sir, is it correct?
It is incorrect. Why it is incorrect?
So because in the continuous part,
Yeah.
the polarity is from 5' to 3'.
Yes.
Down to up direction.
Yes.
Whereas in the discontinuous part, it is from 5' to 3', from up to down direction.
Yes. That means, that means DNA dependent DNA polymerase will polymerize nucleotides only in one direction. कौन सा डायरेक्शन में करेगी वो हमेशा करेगी 5' से 3' डायरेक्शन में. उल्टा नहीं करेगी वो. उल्टा नहीं करेगी वो 5' to 3' डायरेक्शन पे करेगी. So what is the option for this question then?
option D.
Which one?
Assertion is true and reason is
So that is not D.
option.
Option D is assertion is false and reason is true. But what about this question here? Assertion is true, but reason is false. Then what it is?
Option C.
Very good. Option C. That means DNA polymerase will polymerize only in one direction, that is 5' to 3' direction. 3' direction.